Hello, my name is Greg. I'm from the Brighton Public Library in Ontario. Happy Monday and welcome to week 2 of isolation. Doing a little video post because last night I finished a library novel, The Wall by John Lanchester, and there is a poll further down in the stream on Brighton's book club hub here about whether I should next read Unsheltered by Barbara Kingsolver or The Last Ballad by Wiley Cash. Now, The Wall is a dystopian eco-novel. It centers around a new defender on the wall. I'm going to read a passage about his first and only visit home. It addresses generational guilt. My mother is hard-going. She just feels guilty all the time. Her expression in repose whenever I'm in the room resembles a grieving sheep. Just below the surface she's furious too, obviously, because feeling guilty all the time makes people angry, but she channels it into martyrdom and being saint-like and doing everything and never saying a harsh word no matter how badly I screw up and never being angry. Just sometimes, and never explicitly, the teeniest bit, disappointed. The time I took their car without permission, got drunk, overrode the autopilot, slid off the road and hit a tree and crashed the battery, which wasn't covered by insurance because of the whole drunk plus overage thing? Not angry, not at all. I'll just go and clean the kitchen and put out your school uniform for tomorrow. I know you didn't mean to let us down, darling, and I'm sorry I can't help it if I feel a little bit sad. My father is worse than my mother. The thing about Dad is he still has the emotional reflexes of a parent. He wants to be in charge, to know better, to put me straight, to tell me about back in the day, to start sentences with the words when I was. He used to do this when I was little, at school, helping me with homework or showing me how to do small, practical things. Shoelaces at 5, wiring plugs at 14, that sort of thing. To be fair, he was pretty good at it. In a different world, he had been a good father. But it stopped working once I became a teenager, and it started to sink in that the world hadn't always been like this, and that the people responsible for it ending up like this were my parents, them and their generation. I don't want to know their advice or know what they think about anything, ever. So a fortnight at home is as you'd expect. My mother manages to make the task of running the household and feeding 3 adults seem like the world's most demanding job. We aren't rich enough to have help. Help is free, but you have to feed and clothe and house it, so the costs add up. It's fair enough that there is a lot of work, though we have a wash bot and a clean bot, so maybe it isn't quite as much work as all of that. Maybe not as much as my mother makes it seem when I'm at home. Basically, she acts like she's the bravest, keenest, most willing slave in the salt mine. We hardly ever speak, except for her to ask whether I liked it, if there's anything special I'd like for the next meal, do I want to see any of her friends, to which the answer is why is that any concern of hers? Can she get me anything? Would I like a cup of tea in the morning? It's like staying in a well-run but emotionally suffocating B&B.